Well, greetings, Little Rock Church. Few things I wanted to let you know about me, and I've some of you may know this, and some of you may not know this, but it's important. It'll tell you a little about me and how maybe sometimes you even receive some of the things that I say, because some of the things that I say at times won't make sense, and you might be going, "What in the world is he talking about?" And so what you need to know about me is I'm dyslexic. Forgive me. Now it's kind of an interesting thing because the way my mind works sometimes, some of the things that my mind says is not the things that my mouth says. And so this week, one of those things came out. Some of you may have caught it, some of you maybe not. Not a big deal, but probably just didn't make sense sometimes when I say it because my mind said exactly what I wanted to say. And I went back and watched the sermon this week, and my mouth didn't say what my brain said. So I just wanted to let you know that that was the case. And here's the situation that I was talking about.
No, that's not what it says, is it? Jesus tells him to give the money to the poor, and you come and follow me. So a lot of times in the church, we try to guilt you into, do you know what God could do if you would all faithfully give to the ministry of Little Rock Church? God doesn't need your money. The ministry, the church of God will prosper whether you give or whether you don't give. And so my job isn't to guilt you into giving more money because God doesn't need it. Jesus didn't need it. Lazarus is probably sitting back there going, wait a minute. Before you go and sell all that, you might want to think about making a small contribution to our ministry. It's not how it works. Jesus said, go.
Did you catch it? So in my mind, what I thought I said was Judas was sitting back because he was kind of the money guy, thinking, hey, before you go sell all that money, you might want to give some to us. But my mouth said Lazarus, probably because we were talking about Lazarus and the rich man earlier. And so for whatever reason, my brain and my mouth didn't connect. And so I went back and watched it and said, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And some of you, I hope, said, I don't know what that meant, but I think you got the gist of what I was saying. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. The other thing that comes out sometimes with my dyslexia is that sometimes I'll be reading a passage, and a lot of the scriptures that I memorized when I was younger, I memorized in the New King James. And so my mind still grabs a hold of the New King James, and sometimes I'll be reading a passage and I'll insert things that I've memorized. And so if you're reading along with me, you'll be like, it doesn't say that. Well, it says that in the New King James. And anyway, that's just the way my mind works. And so dyslexia is an interesting thing. I was a horrible reader in my younger years, mainly because I was just not a good reader. And so it took a lot of practice and God's grace and power to overcome some of that. And just thankful that God can use me even with my dyslexia. So forgive me when I make mistakes, and I'm not opposed to correction either. In some of my previous ministries, people would kind of scream out to me, even in the middle of a sermon, you mean this person, not that person, because I'll switch them around in my head. So please correct me if you ever hear me say something that doesn't make a lot of sense, or feel free to ask questions afterwards as well. So I just want to let you know that. Good stuff. So thank you all for your grace in allowing me to minister with you and be a part of Little Rock Church, and looking forward to all that God has for us. God bless.